வெல்கம் டு விசாஸ் வில்லாக், எ ஹோம்மேக்கர்ஸ் டைரி. தமிழ்நாடு கவர்மெண்ட் டிஆர்பி எக்ஸாமினேஷனுக்கு அப்ளை பண்ணக்கூடிய டேட்டை எக்ஸ்டெண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. இது நிறைய பிஎட் கேண்டிடேட்ஸுக்கு ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். அதோட நமக்கு தெரிஞ்சதை, நம்ம படித்ததை நம்ம ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் கம்யூனிட்டிக்கு இம்பார்ட் பண்ணுறதுல இருக்கிற சாட்டிஸ்ஃபேக்ஷன் வேறு எதுலேயும் கிடைக்காது. கவர்மெண்ட் ஸ்கூல் இங்கிலீஷ் டீச்சராக தன்னுடைய கெரியரை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணணும்னு வெயிட் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கக்கூடிய எல்லா கேண்டிடேட்ஸுக்கும் விசாஸ் வில்லாகனுடைய ஆல் தி பெஸ்ட். ஃபர்ஸ்ட், லேட்டஸ்ட் சிலபஸ் ஆஃப் டீச்சர்ஸ் ரெக்ரூட்மெண்ட் போர்ட் ஃபார் இங்கிலீஷ் லிட்ரேச்சரை பேஸ் பண்ணி அப்ஜெக்டிவ் டைப் ஆஃப் கொஷின்ஸ் வித் த ஆன்சர்ஸ் ரெடியாக வீடியோ ஃபார்மேட்டில் இருக்குது. பார்ட் டைம் ஜாபுக்கு போகிறவங்க, எப்போவுமே என்கேஜாக இருக்கிறவங்க, அவங்கவுங்க வேலையை கண்டினியூ பண்ணிவிட்டு காதில் கொஞ்சம் நேரம் இந்த வீடியோவை கேட்ட மேட்டர்ஸ் மெமரியில் ஸ்டோர் ஆகிடும். All of you, try to win, think to win and act to win. Stop not till the goal is reached. Modern literature, year 1400 to 1600. We will have a look of Chaucer, Spenser, Wyatt, Surrey, Bacon, Sidney, Marlowe, Kidd and Ben Jonson within this year. This period is also called as Chaucer to Elizabethan age. Let us start the modern literature paper 1 with Chaucer, the father of English poetry. The first question: Chaucer's works are generally divided into three parts. Three parts of Chaucer's works are: option A, French, Italian and English. Who is often hailed as the father of English poetry? The answer is Chaucer. Chaucer's period is 1349 to 1400. Chaucer was working as the controller of customs and even as an ambassador. Who wrote the Canterbury Tales? The answer is Chaucer. Chaucer wrote the Canterbury Tales. The Canterbury Tales was about contemporary English life. Chaucer's humor is kindly, never cruel. Who made an English dialect into a first-rate literary medium? Answer is Chaucer. Who adopted the French method of regular meter? Answer is Chaucer. Who displaced alliteration in English poetry? The answer is Chaucer. Who discovered the music in English speech? The answer is Chaucer. Who wrote Dr. Faustus? The answer is Ben Jonson. Ben Jonson wrote Dr. Faustus. Who wrote the Spanish tragedy? Kidd. Kidd wrote the Spanish tragedy. Who wrote Apology for Poetry? The answer is Sidney. Sidney wrote an apology for poetry. The Alchemist was written by Ben Jonson. Ben Jonson is the writer of Alchemist. The Good Wife of Bath, a unique individual immortalized by Chaucer in his Canterbury Tales. The Friar is a satirical portrait of Chaucer in his Canterbury Tales. The sonnet was introduced in English by Wyatt. Wyatt introduced sonnet in English poetry. The Lollards movement was started by Spenser. Spenser introduced Lollards movement. The parson is a comic figure in the poetry of Chaucer. The pardoner was a character in Chaucer. The age of Chaucer belongs to which period? The age of Chaucer belongs to the period of late Middle English. The age of Chaucer is late Middle period. Chaucer belongs to late Middle period. The first translation of the Bible from Latin to English was done by John Wycliffe. John Wycliffe was the first translator of Bible from Latin to English. The Faerie Queene is the immortal epic poem of Spenser. Spenser is the writer of the poem The Faerie Queene. Spenser's The Faerie Queene was written in Ireland. The epic of English wars in Ireland under Elizabeth as much as the epic of English virtue and valour at the same period, you find these in The Faerie Queene. Spenser's primary object was to delight his readers. Spenser wanted to delight his readers. Spenser's The Faerie Queene is the amalgamation of the ideas of Homer, Virgil and Dante. The Faerie Queene Book 1 portrays temperance. The Red Cross Knight is a character of The Faerie Queene. The Red Cross Knight is a character of Spenser's The Faerie Queene. Spenser's The Faerie Queene consists of 6 books. The theme of Spenser's The Faerie Queene is the voyage of life or the battle of the soul. The voyage of life or the battle of the soul is the theme of Spenser's The Faerie Queene. Who saves the Red Cross Knight in Faerie Queene? Una. Una saves the life of the Red Cross Knight in The Faerie Queene. Chaucer in Faerie Queene represents falsehood. In Faerie Queene, Chaucer represents the falsehood. In Faerie Queene, Archimago represents hypocrisy. In Spenser's Faerie Queene, Archimago represents hypocrisy. Una represents truth in Spenser's Faerie Queene. In Spenser's Faerie Queene, Una represents the truth. In Spenser's Faerie Queene, Argoglia represents conceit. Argoglia in Faerie Queene represents conceit. The old lady in Faerie Queene lives with how many daughters? The old lady in Faerie Queene lives with her 3 daughters. The Epithalamion is the poem of Edmund Spenser. Edmund Spenser wrote the poem Epithalamion. Marlowe was prized by Goethe. Goethe paid glowing tribute to Marlowe. Marlowe is associated with Shakespeare. How greatly it was all planned, said of Marlowe, about whom? How greatly it was all planned. It is said by Marlowe about Dante. Dante was a great poet and playwright of Germany. Dante was the German poet and the playwright who helped the growth of English drama. Marlowe. Marlowe helped the growth of English drama. Who was the pre-dawn light which ushered in the sunrise of Shakespeare? The answer is Marlowe. Marlowe was the pre-dawn light which ushered in the sunrise of Shakespeare. Marlowe paved the way of introducing characters into the drama. As a student, Marlowe showed neither great talent nor scholarship. Thank you so much for watching Mrs. Villa, a homemaker's diary. TRB English portion, இங்கிலீஷ் டீச்சராக சர்வீஸ் தொடங்கணும்னு வெயிட் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கிற எல்லாத்துக்காகவும் மாடர்ன் லிட்ரேச்சரில் சாசர் பீரியட்லேருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணி இன்னும் கண்டினியூ ஆகிட்டுருக்கு. அடுத்தடுத்து வீடியோஸ் போஸ்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு முன்னால் ஃப்யூச்சர் இங்கிலீஷ் டீச்சர்ஸ் உங்களுடைய கமெண்ட்ஸ், நீட்ஸ் அண்ட் சஜஷன்ஸை கொடுத்தீங்கன்னா இம்ப்ரவைஸ் பண்ண ரொம்ப யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருக்கும். எவ்வளோ சீக்கிரம் முடியுமோ அவ்வளவு குயிக்காக அடுத்தடுத்த மெட்டீரியல்ஸை அப்லோட் ஆகிட்டே இருக்கும். We will meet in the next video. Thank you.